Hey there, friends. Today we're going to do a video math lesson. I wanted to introduce this fractions unit to you, and I want to start by taking it step by step and then see where we go with it, okay? So if you need to pause anytime and look at a slide, you can take some extra time to do that. And even if I'm on a slide that you feel pretty comfortable with, I want you to stick with me, at least for this first slideshow. And just since it's the very beginning of our fractions unit, I want to make sure that everyone's on the same page with me with the language that I use for fractions and with the way that we are looking at them in 4th grade, okay? So let's get started. Gotta tell you guys, I love teaching fractions. I've always loved teaching fractions, so this is exciting for me. I'm going to use this presentation, and I'm also going to use some of these online tools which are on Think Central. I believe you can access them just to play around and explore, but I do have to figure out how to do that from a student login. I can only get to it from my teacher login. So, are you ready? Let's get started. All right. So, fractions. Yay! Here are the parts of a fraction, and it's important that we know which part is which because we're going to use these words a lot. The numerator is the top number in the fraction. It tells you how many pieces you have. See how it has this root NUM like number? It tells you how many or the number of pieces that you have. The denominator is the bottom number, all the way down here. Whoops, went too far. I like to think D for down, denominator, down, okay? It tells you, listen carefully, not how many pieces that you actually have, how many pieces the whole is cut into. So let's take a look at that together using our Think Central tools, okay? Over here is a big list of fractions. The red full circle represents one whole, so it's kind of like you have a whole pie in front of you, okay? If I cut that pie into 2 pieces, then I have 1 piece here, 1 piece here. I have a 2 on the bottom because the pie is cut into 2 pieces. Now see how there's 1 piece shaded in? That's why there's a 1 in the numerator. Denominator tells me the whole is cut into 2 pieces. Numerator tells me that I have 1 piece shaded in, okay? Look down here at thirds. Here's my whole pie. You can see the circle going around the outside, and it's been cut into 3 pieces, okay? 1, 2, 3. That's my denominator. There is only 1 piece shaded, so that's why my numerator is 1. If I take one of these thirds, and I put it over here, and then I put, let's see if this will work for me. Oh, there we go. And then I put another third over here. What do I have? My denominator is still 3 because my whole is cut into 3 pieces. But now that I have 2 pieces shaded in, my numerator would be 2. So this is 2 thirds. And I wish I had a writing tool on my screen right now, but I don't. But I think that you guys get the idea here, okay? Looking at my yellow fourths, my whole is cut into 4 pieces. If I have 1/4 shaded in, that's 1 in the numerator, still 4 in the denominator because this piece is the size of a fourth. It's 1/4 of the whole. Another piece shaded in, 2 pieces shaded, they're still both fourths. 2 in the numerator, 2 pieces shaded, 4 in the denominator because there are 1, 2, 3, 4 parts that my whole is cut into. Is that making sense so far? Look what happens if I put another yellow piece in there. I have 3 pieces shaded. 3 goes in my numerator. And then my denominator is still 4. Each piece is a fourth of the whole. There would be 4 pieces total when I put them all together. Are you getting it? You can do the same thing with fifths. My whole is cut into 5 pieces. Sixths, eighths, tenths, twelfths, you can do it. You can cut your whole into however many pieces you want, okay? Let's go back to our presentation. And I will look at how to get to this screen for you guys so that you can explore if you'd like to, okay? Let's go back. And, okay. So, hopefully, numerator and denominator are pretty familiar to us because of some work you did last year. You might also be familiar with the title unit fractions. All that is, you guys, is a fraction with a 1 in the numerator, okay? Look at my denominator. If my whole is cut into 2 pieces, but I only have 1 shaded in, that's 1/2, 1/2. I hope you're following my mouse. Look at this one. My denominator is 4. That means my whole is cut into 4 pieces. If I only have 1 shaded in, then I have 1 piece out of 4. Follow my mouse. 1 piece shaded out of 4 pieces total in the whole. Okay? If you have questions, remember, ask me on Google Chat. You guys don't have to just ask me about how to get to something. You can ask me about the things we're learning too. All right, I would like you to try and find the unit fractions. So take a second, pause the video so that you can look at which fractions and point to your screen, which fractions are unit fractions. All right, so hopefully you paused the video and looked at that a little bit on your own. Let's see. The unit fractions are the ones that have 1 in the numerator. Doesn't matter what they have in the denominator, that just means how many pieces is my whole cut into. When a unit fraction has 1 in the numerator, these are the ones that we have just on this list, okay? I have 1 piece out of 3 pieces total. I have 1 piece out of 5 pieces total. I have 1 piece out of 4 pieces total. And then the other ones are not unit fractions because they have more than 1 piece in the numerator. This would be like 2 pieces shaded, 2 pieces shaded, 3 pieces shaded, okay? So we're gonna study unit fractions today, yesterday and today. We can add unit fractions together. I kind of showed you that already. If I have 1/4, and I'll show you this on the other screen too. If I have 1 piece and it's a 1/4, I can add another 1 piece that's also a 1/4. I put them together and I get 2 pieces. Those pieces are 1/4. We only add the numerators. See how I added across the numerators? 1 plus 1 equals 2, and I kept my denominators the same. Here's why. This is my favorite part about teaching this. I love teaching you guys why, because sometimes it's not easy to understand why we just add the numerators. Why not do anything with the denominators? Take a look. Okay, I'm going to clear this off. So let's do that same problem. I'm going to show you a 1/4 piece over here. Okay, you see how I have 1 piece? 1 is my numerator. 4 is my denominator. 1/4, just like over here. Because I have 1 piece shaded and the whole is cut into 4. I would need to put 4 together in order to make that whole all yellow again, okay? And I'm gonna do another 1/4. I'm gonna add them and put them together, okay? What do you know? When I add or put together 1/4 and another 1/4, I have 2 of them. I have 2 pieces. They are both 4ths because they're both a 1/4 of the whole. And you can see in our model how I have 1, 2 of those 1/4 size pieces. And it works with any other fraction that we want to do. I could do it with fifths. I could do 1/5 plus 1/5. How many fifths do I have? There are 2 pieces. Both of those pieces are fifths. Each piece is a fifth, just a little part of the whole circle. All right, what if I did it with eighths? Okay, 1/8 plus 1/8, you know what to do by now, 2/8. The numerator is how many pieces. Does that look like a fraction piece to you? how many pieces I have. The denominator is, I like to think of it in two ways. The denominator is how many pieces the whole is cut into. So here I have 2 pieces, and they are both eighths because the whole is cut into 8 pieces. I also like to think of it as the size. My eighths are pretty small. I have 2 little eighths size pieces. Maybe one of those ways really works for you to think about fractions and denominators, okay? Let me do one more thing with you here. Let's work with fourths. I like these bright yellow fourths. I have 1/4. I'm going to add another 1/4. What do I have now? 2/4. I'm going to pretend that you answered and hope you did. Good job. I'm going to add another 1/4. So that was 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. How many fourths do I have? 3/4. I have 3 pieces, and they are all these little yellow fourths. Each piece is a fourth of the whole. What if I add, let's do fifths. The green is pretty too. 1/5. Ooh, the power just went out. Oh, we're back. Okay. 1/5. I think I'm still recording. Yep, I'm good. 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5. How many fifths do I have? How many of those green pieces? I have 3/5. Let's do another one plus another 1/5. So that's 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5. I wish I had enough hands and arms to do that. I have 4 pieces. They are all fifths. I have 4 fifths. Is that making sense, guys? All right. So how many fifths would I need to add to get the whole circle colored in? I would need to add 5. 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5. All right. So I hope this is starting to make a little sense to you if it was something you were confused on before. I'm almost running out of time for my video lesson here, but you can always come back and look at this slideshow. I will post it, or it is posted with the Google Classroom, or I'm sorry, with your daily assignment slideshow if you'd like to go back and look at it. And I will find out and post a way for you to explore the fractions on here on Think Central so that you can do that a little on your own. You can do fraction circles. You can click the fraction bars at the bottom. The only thing is you're going to want to use those 2. Don't use the other tabs at the bottom. And you're going to want to do activities at the top. See where my mouse is? Explore. That's how you're going to be able to get to do what I just did. Okay? So your assignment today will deal with unit fractions. You'll be doing a little bit of adding them together, and you will also be comparing the size. So take a look. Last real quick little thing. If I have my whole cut into 2 pieces and I have halves, then look how big each piece is. If I have it cut into 10 pieces, well, that's more pieces. Each piece is smaller. So think about that, keep that in mind, and use this as your tool to explore while you complete your assignment today, because it'll ask you to compare a little bit too. All right? Ask me questions if you need to, and I hope that you have some fun exploring fractions, and happy learning. Thanks for watching.